Hello there, if you are preparing for NCEES FE exam, then I am here to help you for that. This session is going to be a very interesting session in which I will tell you about this exam, its details, and we will solve some mathematics questions, right? And if you need any kind of help, if you want online session, help in your assignments, so you can contact me on this WhatsApp number, or you can join our Telegram channel. You can write down your query in the comment box and I will respond according to that question. Okay, so let me tell you about this exam first, right? Then after that I will discuss some mathematics questions based on all disciplines, right? First thing is that there will be 110 questions and you will be given 6 hours of time, and in this 6 hours of time, including non-disclosure agreement, video tutorial, and the exam timing will be 5 hours and 20 minutes. In these 320 minutes you are supposed to solve 110 questions. In total you can say you will get approximately 3 minutes per question, not exactly but approximately 3 minutes you will get for every question. So there is a scheduled break of 25 minutes which you can take after solving any 55 questions. Once you solve 55 questions you can ask for the break, right? Then you will get 25 minutes of scheduled break after solving those 55 questions. There is no negative marking, and in order to pass this exam there is no direct criteria that you need 50% or that much, but approximately you need 60% or more correct answers in order to pass this exam, you can say. Okay. In this exam you will be provided an online handbook. As you can see here, this type of handbook will be provided during the exam, where all the formulas will be provided to you. For example, if you are solving any mathematical question, so you can click on mathematics part. Here you will find the formulas related to that, like discrete mathematics, relations, finite graphs, straight lines, as you can see, and trigonometry formula. Everything is available, right? So you just have to click on the corresponding bookmark here and you can see the formulas related to that. Okay, so it's really best thing, and you are allowed to bring a calculator. You can check on the website which type of calculator is allowed, and most important thing that you must know your calculator. It is very important to know your calculator. Everything what your calculator can do, you must be aware of all those, because it will save your time. Believe me, it will save lots of time if you know how to use the calculator. Okay. Now let's talk about the mathematics part. So in this fundamentals of engineering, based on the different disciplines, the syllabus for mathematics is different. Like for industrial and systems, it's a computer based exam, CBT. So like industrial and system, the mathematics syllabus is analytic, geometry, calculus, linear algebra, and approximately 6 to 9 questions will be there. Okay, an average of 5 to 8 questions from mathematics will be in your environmental exam. Similarly, if you are preparing for this other disciplines, in that case you can expect 8 to 12 questions from your mathematics portion, where the syllabus is analytic geometry, trigonometry, differential equation, numerical methods, linear algebra, and the single variable calculus like limits, continuity, differentiability, integrals and all. Okay. So the thing is, first thing, you should always check the syllabus. For which exam you are preparing, check the syllabus for that. Okay. Now let us solve a few questions based on all disciplines. Okay, in this session I am going to solve some questions which will be mixed problems from all the disciplines. So the thing is, if you need online sessions for your preparation, you can contact me on this number and we will discuss the mathematics portion, statistics portion, dynamics portion based on your syllabus. Okay. If you need any kind of help, just let me know. Okay. So let us move to the next question now. The first question is, if the equation of the curve is known, which of the following can be determined using integrals? So options are these: slope, no; location of inflection point, no; number of inflection point, no; area under the curve, yes. Because the integral, it's very easy, right? Integration is used to find the area under the curve bounded by two limits. And the differentiation, you must know this thing also, that the derivatives, or you can say differentiation, is used to find the concavity, slope and all, right? Y prime or one time derivative gives you the slope. Double derivative gives you the concavity. And for integral, if you are integrating within the limits a to b for the function f of x dx, it gives you area under the curve, that y equal to f of x, from the limits x equal to a to x equal to b. This is your x equal to a, this is your x equal to b. So if you know all about this, this question will take hardly 10 to 15 seconds, right? So integral, using the integral you can find the area. Using the differential you can find the concavity, slopes, inflection point and all. Okay, let's move to the next question then. The next question says, for any function y is equal to f of x, the derivative is defined as what? So options are given to us and one option is correct, right? Okay, so as you know that the approximate value of this del y over del x, which is del is what? Change. Del y is change in the value of y and del x is change in the value of x, right? So del y, what will be the value of that? If delta x is the change and it is given that delta x tends to 0, the change is very small. The change in the value of x is so small that it is approximately equal to 0. So for that part, the change in the value of y will be equal to f of x plus delta x minus f of x, right? This is going to be the value of delta y. And when this change is infinitesimally small, in that case it becomes dy. Approximation formula. It's also available in your handbook. So you can see limits delta x approaches to 0, delta y over delta x is your answer? Yes, it is the answer, as well as if you check out the option C and use the delta y here as this, you can find that the C option is also correct. So the right answer is not A and C, right answer is option D, because both A and C are correct. So you have to mark only D option as the correct. It's single answer correct type of question. Okay, then let's move to the next question. This question was also hardly going to take 15 to 30 seconds of your time. Next question is this one. Here it is given that the line, there is a line passing through 4, 5 and is parallel to this line. The equation of the line of the first is most nearly to what? Okay, so you have to find the equation of line which is passing through this point and parallel to this line. So the slope of our required line should also be same as the slope of the given line. And if two lines are parallel, you can say 2y is equal to 3x plus, let's just change the constant value only, say k. In place of 6 I am writing k. Why? Because all these lines which are having equation like this for different values of k, all these lines are parallel. Okay, all these lines are parallel and the specific line which you need is going to satisfy this point. 4, 5 must satisfy that equation of line. So here just put x equal to 4, y is equal to 5 and find the value of k. What is that? You get 2 times 5 is equal to 3 times 4 plus k. So from here you get k is equal to -2, right? So the value of k is negative 2, and hence the equation of the required line is 2y is equal to 3x minus 2. Okay, you can also say that 3x minus 2y minus 2 equal to 0, which is the option B here. You can also see this thing from your table here. In the mathematics portion, when you go to the straight line, here general form is given, standard form is given, slope intercept form is given, and all. So if two lines are parallel lines, then their slopes are equal. So using this, you can first find the slope of the line, and after that using the same slope to find the equation of line using slope point form, you can also get the answer. Different ways are there to get the answer. The best thing is what you know, let's solve according to that only. Shortcut is always good for you because you have to save the time. Okay, then let's move to the next question. The shortest distance between 2 points. The formula for shortest distance between 2 points is very obvious. Everyone knows this. If you don't know, the formula is also available in the sheet. If you have 2 points, say A point, which is having its coordinates x1, y1, another point, let's say B, having its coordinates x2, y2, the distance between these x A and B point, this distance AB is given by square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So do you think how much time this question will take to solve? Few seconds, not a complete minute, right? So accuracy is more important, right? So you need to solve this distance formula. So required distance, let's say that is D, is going to be equal to square root of, subtract the x parts. So 7 minus 4 gives you 7 plus 4, which is 11 square, plus 13 minus 5, which makes it 13 plus 5, 18 squared, right? So you can either use your calculator, or you can simplify it, and at the end you will get the result comes out as 21.1 approximately. So this is most nearly. Which one is the correct? Option B is the most near value. So you can use your calculator here in order to simplify this calculation. Use the distance formula and get the answer. Now, next question. What are the roots of this equation? Actually, no need to solve this question. If you know how to use your calculator, you can just solve this equation in seconds. Just solve this using the 4th degree equation, or if you want to solve it quadratic, so then also you can do it. See, you need to find the roots, means those values of x which satisfies this equation. So everywhere you can see x to the power 4, x to the power 3 and x squared is there. So you can take out x squared common, you get 5x squared times x squared minus 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. So you have two parts. First is this one and second is this one. Put those two parts equal to 0. So you get 5x squared is equal to 0, as well as x squared minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. If your calculator cannot solve 4th degree equation, then obviously you can use this 2nd degree equation, right? So here using the quadratic formula in your calculator, or you can factorize it. It's obvious now. So from here I am getting the x is equal to 0 and 0 repeated root, as well as if you solve the using the calculator, you will get the values of x comes out from here as 3 and 1. So you are having total these values. So from the options, as you can see, B option is the only correct possibility, right? Or if you want, you can use the split the middle term method, means x squared minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0 is your question. Split the middle term, x squared minus 3x minus x plus 3 equal to 0. So take out x common, you get x minus 3 minus common x minus 3 is equal to 0, which if you further solve you get x minus 1 times x minus 3 is equal to 0. From here also you can see you are having x minus 1 equal to 0, which gives you x equal to 1, and x minus 3 equal to 0, which gives you x equal to 3. So in this way also you are getting the same result. But it's the better if you use your calculator for this, right? No need to do it manually in that case, because it's very basic quadratic equation, right? Okay, now let's move to the next. Here a differential equation is to be solved. For this differential equation you need to find its complete solution, right? Particular solution, because initial value problem is also given. Let me tell you about this. What is the meaning of y of 0 is equal to t? It means if your value of t, the meaning of this is if t is equal to 0, then the value of y is 2 for that. Now let us solve this differential equation, which you can see is the linear differential equation, you can say, or homogeneous differential equation this time you can say, right? Or you can also separate the variable. Different ways are there to solve this. Okay, so you can use any method. Every time you will get the same result. Now let us use the variable separable method. We have dy over dt is equal to negative 3y. Now I can separate the variable, which give me 1 over y dy is equal to negative 3 dt. I just separated the variables, all the terms containing y in one side, all the terms containing t in the other side. Now integrate both sides. Integrate it, you will get 1 over y. The integration of 1 over y formula is also available in your handbook, but if you know this formula is going to be ln y is equal to negative 3t plus c. Now if I use the formula, which is the definition of the logarithm, logarithm definition says if you have log of a to the base b is equal to c, then a is equal to b raised to the c. And when I am writing ln of a, it means the base is considered as e. E is an irrational number, its value is approximately 2.714818 and so on. It's an irrational number, you don't need this value, but you must know what is the value of e approximately. It's 2.71 something, that is greater than 1. You must know this thing, that the e is greater than 1. So using the definition, I can say the value of y is equal to e raised to the negative 3t plus c. This, okay. Now further, what do you need? Now you need to solve it using this initial value problem, which says if I take t equal to 0, then y is equal to 2. So take t equal to 0. Okay, here if you take t equal to 0, what you get? Ln of 2 is equal to negative 3 times 0 plus c, which gives you c is equal to ln 2. Y is equal to, so the final value is y is equal to e to the negative 3t plus log 2. And you know, using the indices law, we can rewrite it e to the power negative 3t times e to the power ln 2. And the value of e to the power ln 2 is nothing but 2 only, using the property of logarithm, which says e to the ln of x is equal to x itself. Okay, so here the x is working as 2 in this question. So here the solution is y is equal to e to the negative 3t times 2. And if you look at the options, option D is the only correct answer. So that is the solution for our question. Okay, now let's move to the next question. So here the question says that you need to find the center coordinates of the center of the circle whose equation is given to us. So you know that the equation of circle is given by x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0 and center lies at minus g comma minus f. If you use that formula, you can in one line you can solve this, right? No calculation required. Let me show you the circles formula from where you can directly relate this. Here is the value. See, circle always have eccentricity value 0, right? And the equation of the circle is x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square equal to r square, where center lies at h comma k, right? It is called center form, right? Standard form of the circle. Various forms are there for the circle. So one of the form that I am going to write for you. See, if you directly want to remember this, you can directly remember this. Otherwise, I will prove it by this formula also. Circle by comparing it with this, right? Okay. See, you have x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. This always represents a circle. And the circle is having the center of that circle lies at minus g minus f, and the radius of that circle is given by square root of g squared plus f squared minus c. If they ask for radius, then you can also find the radius using this. Now our given equation is x squared plus y squared plus 3x plus 4y is equal to 0. So if I compare it with my general form here, can you see the coefficient of x is 2g and here it is 3. So you can say 2g is equal to 3. Also the coefficient of y should be 2f and here the coefficient of y is 4. So I can say 2f is equal to 4. So the value of g is 3 over 2 and the value of f is 4 over 2, which is 2. The center of the circle lies at, using this, minus g comma minus f. So what is g? 3 over 2. So center will be negative g negative f, or you can say negative 3 over 2 negative 2 will be the coordinates of the center, right? So which you can say negative 1.5 comma minus 2. So if you look at the options, option C is the correct match for that. See how easy it is to solve the center and the radius of a circle in its general form. The another way is also there by which you can make the perfect square. Another way is there by which you can solve two equations which you can obtain by partial derivative of the given equation. Different ways are there. I will teach you all these methods if you want to take any online session with me. We will discuss all those methods and then we will use that particular one which is the best possible at that time, which will save your time. Okay. In your NCEES exam, you need to solve as many questions as possible. Your speed matters, okay? Because you have to solve as many as questions possible that will help you to pass this exam, okay? Now, let us move to this question. It says the value of x is to be calculated under the given equation. Our equation is log x plus 6 to the base 5 plus log 5, right? Base is again 5, x plus 2 is equal to 1. So here I can use the property of logarithm. Properties of logarithm says if the base are same, say log of a plus log of b if you have, and the base are same, let's say c. In that case, the value of log a plus log b is log of a times b with the base c. That's it. And you also know that log of a to the base c minus is there for log b to the base c is equal to log of, this time it will be a by b, a over b, c base. Also, you must know the property of logarithm, this one, log a to the power m to the base whatever c, let's say, is equal to m times log of a to the base c. Also, the definition of the logarithm, which says that log of a to the base b is equal to c, it means, in either ways, it means a is equal to b raised to the c. This is the definition, and rest of the three are properties. Other properties are also there for the logarithm. You can check out those properties in the handbook. Here you can find those properties of logarithm. In this portion, log with base e or base 10 and different conditions, all the properties you can find here. Okay, but I already wrote all the properties for you here, so let us solve this question now. Okay, so we are given an equation and we need to find those values of x which will satisfy this equation. Note that the argument of the logarithm and the base of the logarithm must be positive and base can never be equal to 1. Always do remember thing, if you have log of a base b equal to c, in this your a must be greater than 0, b must be greater than 0, and b can never be equal to 1. If you are getting something related to these which are not satisfying these, you cannot consider that as your answer. See, we have, as you can see, the base are same, 5, 5. So plus sign is there between the logs. So I can rewrite it like log to the base is 5 again, x plus 6 times x plus 2 is equal to 1. Now I will use the definition of the logarithm, which says this argument x plus 6 times x plus 2 is going to be equal to 5 raised to the power 1. Right? I am using the definition here. This is my a, 5 is the base b, and this is c. I am using the definition which gives me x plus 6 times x plus 2 is equal to 5. Now, if you simplify it, you will get x squared plus 8x plus 12 is equal to 5, or you can say x squared plus 8x minus 7 is equal to plus 7 is equal to 0. Okay, just the simplification. Now you can use your calculator if you want, right? It's better if you use the calculator. Then you will get x is equal to negative 7 and negative 1 as the roots. Or if you want to spread the middle term, you can factorize it like this: x square plus 7x plus x plus 7 is equal to 0, which gives x common, x plus 7 plus 1 times x plus 7 is equal to 0, which gives you x plus 1 times x plus 7 is equal to 0. From here also you are getting the same thing. But in order to save the time, we should use the calculator. Okay. Now you are getting negative 7 and negative 1 as the values of x. Now the work is to check which one is correct, because only one option is correct. Is it minus 7 or is it minus 1? That we need to check. Okay, so for that part, what we can do is check if negative 7, if I substitute in this, is it satisfying that? Because as you know, in order to get the domain or those values of x for which you get a well-defined answer, your x plus 6 must be positive and your x plus 2 must be positive. So you can say x must be greater than negative 6 and x must be greater than negative 2. Sorry. X must be greater than negative 6 and negative 2. So in short I can say the values of x must be greater than negative 2, but negative 7 is not one of those. No, negative 7 you need to reject. So the only possibility for this is negative 1, because you need only that value of x which is greater than negative 2, and you know on the number line it's 0, it's negative 1, it's negative 2, 1, 2 and all. Negative 1 is more than the negative 2. Okay, so option A is the correct answer for that. So in that same manner we can easily solve this question also. Here you have to use the vectors and you need to find the vector representing the force. See, for this question what you can do? It's obvious. See, what you can do? You need to find the value of this vector and its magnitude is already given to you as this 10 units. So 10 units is the magnitude, it means you need a unit vector in this direction only. That will work. So your required answer or final answer f vector is going to be this magnitude value which is 10 times a unit vector of AB. Unit vector of AB. In order to get the unit vector, what is that? So in order to get the unit vector you need to divide your AB vector by its magnitude value. If you divide any vector by its magnitude value, you get a unit vector in that direction. So the AB hat is equal to AB vector divided by its magnitude value. That you have to substitute here in order to get the answer. Though now the only work is to get the AB hat value. How to get that? Using the vector formation. Let us form vector AB. AB vector is formed by its head is where? Head is at B and tail is at A. And a vector can be formed if its vertices, your position vectors are given to you. So the value will be 7 minus 1 I cap plus 3 minus 1 j cap plus 4 minus 3 k cap. What I am doing? 7 minus 1 x coordinates subtracted in the I cap, or you can say x direction. So for that direction we use I hat or I cap. Similarly 3 minus 1 position vector of B minus position vector of A we are finding gives 3 minus 1 here for the j cap, that is direction y, and in the direction of z you have 4 minus 3, the third coordinates subtracted, and that's it. We get the AB vector as here 6i cap plus 2j cap plus k cap. In order to get the magnitude value or the length, you can use the distance formula also, which we already did in the previous questions, or you can take the magnitude by writing the square sum of the squares you have to take and its square root. That gives you 6 squared plus 2 squared plus 1 squared. What I am taking? I am considering the coefficients, taking their squares and add those. Take the square root of that quantity, that gives you this. It comes out as square root of 41. Square root of 41. You can use your calculator to get this approximate value also. Now, final answer. Final answer is f vector, which is going to be 10 times this AB cap. What is AB hat? The value of AB hat is equal to 1 over root 41 times 6i plus 2j plus 1k. That gives me 10 over root 41 times 6i plus 2j plus 1k cap. So when you calculate using the calculator, you will find that this 10 over root 41, this is 1.5, this 10 over root 41 using the calculator comes out to be 1.5625 approx. Okay, so use that, multiply it with 6, you will get 9.375 for the I cap and 3.125 for the J cap and 1.5625 for the K cap, and option A is the best match for those values, right? So from here you can see that we need to find the vector which represents the force in this direction. The magnitude is given, you just needed the unit vector in that direction. For that, first we calculated the unit vector and then using that unit vector multiply it with our required magnitude, we get the F vector, or you can say force vector. Now the next question is, what is the inverse of a matrix? See, there is a direct formula for finding the inverse. You can use the row elementary transformation, you can use the adjoint method, or you can use the method that I am going to give you. See, let's first let me show you the formula which is already given in your handbook. Then I will provide you my method to get the inverse in seconds more easily. All the formulas are given in this table that I am using in this. All the formulas are available here. You must know your handbook where the formula is, for which concept, where is the formula, you must know that, right? So in order to pass this exam, you must read this handbook carefully. Okay, so here is the matrix portion, and these are the ways. In order to, here it is inverse of a matrix. In order to get the inverse of a matrix, the method is that adjoint of that matrix divided by determinant of A, and the adjoint is what? A matrix formed by cofactors of a matrix. That you need to know how to get that, but no need to use this. I am giving you a short method that you can directly use, because no one will ask you a 3 by 3 order inverse, right? So you will be asked to find the inverse of a matrix of 2 by 2 order. So you can use this way. So what you need to do? Just find the determinant first. A determinant first. Let's say this is A, okay? Matrix is A matrix, name it as A. Determinant of A is given by solving this 5, -3, 3, -2. Use the cross and get the determinant. Multiply these two, which gives -10. Multiply these two with a negative. Subtract those. This gives you -9. In total, what you are getting? -10 plus 9 means -1 you are getting. Okay. So the determinant is -1. Now the A inverse is given by, you need to just do this, interchange these two diagonal elements, interchange these two diagonal elements and change the signs of these two diagonal elements. That you have to do. What I am saying, interchange 5 and -2. If you interchange these two here, you will get -2 and 5. And for these two, just change their sign. It is -3 here, so it will become +3. It's +3 here, so it will become -3. We are not changing these two, we are just changing their signs. Interchange these two elements and change only the sign of these two elements. This, and divide everything by the determinant value. So you can say divide everything by -1. Okay, so -1. So in case of matrix, you have to multiply all the elements by that number. So the A inverse in one line will be negative of all the elements, because -1 is there. So 2, -3, 3, -5 is the final answer. See how easy it is if you use this method. This trick is very useful in order to get the inverse. So by looking at the options, option B is the only correct. Let me again tell you how we get this. Interchange these two elements, change the sign of these two elements, and divide every element by determinant value. That's it. Okay. Let us solve this question also, or you can consider this as homework. Okay. Let us take this question as your homework. If you have seen this video so far, it means that you want to pass your FE exam, and I am here to help you, right? So if you need any kind of help, just let me know. I am here to help you in order to pass your exam, right? Together we will do the best. So you need to integrate this question. Write down the question in the comment box. If you need any further help, you can contact me using this WhatsApp number or in the comment box also, right? So that's it for this session, and we'll see you in the next session where we will be solving the other questions also. Okay, so I hope you got this, and thank you for watching this session. This is my number where you can contact me for mathematics portion or dynamics portion or statics portion or statistics portion. I am directly going to help you, right? We will be solving as many questions as possible, because that is more important in your exam. As I told you, you have approx 3 minutes time to solve each question, but the thing is, it's not like that you have 3 minutes for every question. For some questions you should try to solve them in few seconds, like 20 to 30 seconds, and save that time to solve the lengthy questions where you need to draw the graphs, where you need to do lots of calculations. So you need to save your time for that. So time management is very important for your exam. Okay, so I hope you get this, and we'll meet in the next session. Thank you for watching this session, and if you need any kind of help, I'm here to help you. Keep watching, keep learning. Thank you.